Hi, it's skycat.live. Oh yeah, it's 11:20 p.m. 1/19/2024. That's a Friday night. I'm logging on at 11 p.m. Got New Worlds and EVE Online and FFXI running, and it's going to be a good session. Hi guys, IOY. So on that note, my tablet immediately shut off. So the work that I just did there for 30 seconds has been erased. I've got to get back to it. Oh, technology is so good. It works all the time. Let me tell you, instead of everything I have and everything I use, every bit of hardware and software that I use has problems. There we go. And we're in. We're in like sin. There we go. Gonna go. Gonna go. Cool. And so now, yes, and then I will drop the big face. Sorry, guys. Got nothing to say, really. Nothing's really happened between this morning and tonight, except for me sleeping and eating dinner, or whatever you want to call it, breakfast, whatever. So we're getting right back to the gaming after I'm rested, and to me, it's just like another session. Let's start it. It's like the last session hasn't even really ended yet, and I'm really fucking back into it. And I'm like, yeah, kill cats and skin cat, and you go get stuff. And so here we go. We're gonna drop it off of the big face. Excuse me, just a second. Scene activate. There we go. Sorry about that. And hello. And so we're gonna go. We're gonna go look for bananas. Yeah, bananas. This shit is bananas again. More bananas, right? And we're gonna go ice mining now. I think. No. I guess I should go look and see if the moon stuff is still there or if they got it all. Did they crack that moon? I could go to Lowsec. Huh? I should go to Lowsec and see what it's like out there. Oh, it's a channel? Oh, cool. Okay. This is a place for those active in Lowsec, mainly to check, keep up and teleops. Okay, 3 cosmos. Cool. Now we will double check. Yep, good. And then we will go look in the agency for some resource harvesting of ice belts. There's one 6 jumps away. I don't want to do that, so we'll just go double check the moon asteroids and see if there's any left. If there is, I'll mine that.
Warp drive active.
I could see next month. Oh, I've got to buy. There is a lot of stuff left, so I guess we will. Wait. This thing is. I want to edit this. Can we edit the? Can we edit the location? This is moon mine asteroids, 1-1. Submit. Then we will say save location moon asteroids 1-2. And we will save. And yes, and we will get on our business about moon mining. Approach. So without compression, moon mining isn't very good, but yeah. And we will fire that up. And hey, we got everything going and everything. Yay, cool. Let's go see what's going on. I was watching one, but it had too much. It had too much music in it. Yeah, the Lore Lodge, right? Pittsburgh is known for its rivers and bridges over those, but the rest races and controversy. Let's see. Let's watch this Rust one. Thank you, Jack Frags, for the excellent content for my stream.
One's own country is unique to all nations.
Shut up, you. God damn it. You're really laggy when certain games are open. It's so annoying.
History has witnessed nations clashing in national pride, a conviction that one's own country is unique to all nations. History has witnessed nations clashing in devastating conflicts to assert their supremacy. As the 21st century dawns, the nature of these conflicts transformed. Once defined by the trenches of physical warfare, these battles have been commercialized in the digital age through online gaming. The survival game Rust has emerged as a perfect arena for this entertainment, broadcast live through Twitch Rivals, captivating millions of viewers around the globe. As old rivalries reignite, Team Spain, driven by fierce competition and a history filled with controversy, finds itself under fire due to recent death threats and racial remarks made by viewers. With Spanish creators being banned from Rust and Twitch Rivals over what they
nothing wrong with the Mexicans and the Spanish. Nothing wrong. I am friend of the Monkey Clan, and the Monkey Clan is top.
Cultural misunderstandings. This surprising development has left viewers and creators around the world in shock, wondering how something so promising could lead to this disaster.
Monkey Clan is top, you know they are. That's my Mexican brothers, you know what I'm saying?
In 2020,
in my clan,
the world looked to be a scary place. Isolated in quarantine at home left many uncertain of what the future would hold. Amidst the fear, a silver lining emerged, the explosive growth of online entertainment. Games like Rust, requiring hours of dedication, saw a surge in player numbers as the world found itself frozen in time. This uptick wasn't limited to gaming alone. Platforms like Twitch and YouTube also witnessed a soaring viewership. Every content creator was loving this surge in popularity, specifically the cast from offline TV and Friends, holding celebrity names like Disguised Toast, Pokimane, and Carl Jacobs. Baboape, their talent coordinator and an avid Rust player, saw untapped potential. Why not bring OTV and Friends to a Rust server to create content? Facepunch Studios, who recently collaborated with Rustoria and H-June, was already enjoying their success with their Trust in Rust charity event, and with the new introduction of Twitch drops, eagerly embraced the idea. So everyone came together to create OTV's first Rust server, and it was a massive success. We're talking record-breaking sales, Twitch and YouTube are now hitting peak viewership, all in favor for Rust. Meanwhile, in Spain, content creators Rubius and Alexby11 are facing the challenge of language barriers in these English-centered events, and had an idea of their own, launching Egoland. In 2021, a similar event tailored for the Spanish-speaking community, gathering 70 of the top influencers from
gonna do some ECR when they get to Merc.
This event marked a historic moment for Rust, as it welcomes an unprecedented influx of non-English speaking players, exposing Rust to a staggering 275 million Spanish viewers on YouTube, giving tractions to servers like Rust Spain, who once had very limited popularity, now became a hotspot for this upcoming Spanish community. As these events ran their course, Facepunch, Twitch, and Rustoria
I'm glad you guys are here. I love you.
With their outcomes. While opinions among Rust players varied, with some controversies and bans occurring, many still wish to see more of these events in the future. So in a groundbreaking move, Disguised Toast representing OTV and Alexby11 from Egoland decided to merge their communities together for a competitive event in August of 2022. This would become known as Twitch Rivals Rust Game Battle, featuring a substantial prize pool of $100,000. This event promised to unite the biggest online celebrities from both the Spanish and English-speaking communities to battle it out in an entertaining 3-day tournament. The premise was simple. The team to collect the most dog tags through challenges, PvP, and raiding would win, but to the surprise of many, would also put forward a controversy never seen to this scale for a gaming competition, due to cultural, customary, and personality differences between Spanish and English speakers. Previously overshadowed by mutual respect, now became glaringly apparent. The controversy began with the Spanish team's strategy, adhering to the rule that bases couldn't be raided in the first 24 hours, and with this rule, they chose to leave their base as Twig, which is very easy to destroy. This decision led to an unexpected turn when Coconut Bee and Mendo from the English team managed to infiltrate their base. During this process, many Twig layers were destroyed as they exited the base, while killing the Spanish team. This incident sparked heated debates among viewers and creators from both sides. The English-speaking community accused Team Spain of exploiting a technicality and displaying poor sportsmanship. Conversely, the Spanish team argued they were playing within the rules, viewing the English team's actions as rule-breaking. This controversy might have looked unreasonable, but with a $100,000 prize pool on the line, both teams were very serious about winning. As the event progressed, additional rules were quickly put forward to prevent such exploits, but both teams found ways to bend these new guidelines, leaving Twitch rivals staff to intervene and mitigate the drama. This dispute escalated into what many would call the Rust racism controversy, where Ricoy, a key player on the Spanish team, felt disrespected after the earlier events, and would write, "Are you guys which prompted a negative response from the English-speaking team. In the US, many would consider the R-word to be derogatory, which is where the N-word came into play, and not the N-word you might be expecting. The Spanish team started using Enya, a native character to their language, which caused more backlash. The Spanish creators explained that Enya was a harmless character in their language, as it's used in English as NY, which is said in canyon or even jalapeno. It's uncertain if the Spanish creators were aware of the controversy of this character initially, but decided to keep using it anyways. This was followed by outright racism by some viewers in the chats of Canadian streamers Disguised Toast and Coconut B. But before we continue, ad time. Maybe you had a bad day.
Get the fuck out of the way, Sixer! Fuck, man!
It's okay to be sad sometimes, so you lie down in your bed and realize some YouTube might make you feel better.
Today's video is about...
Well, just put in your headphones. It's not possible. Don't forget, you have Raycon earbuds. Optimized gel tips to fit perfectly in your ear. Very affordable compared to many items on the market. 8 hours of playtime and 32 hours of battery life. Comes in a variety of colors. Noise isolation? Say no more. Enjoy a great night's rest with Raycon.
My god, YouTube is like cable TV now. But the commercials are still a lot less than cable TV.
Raycon earbuds have been awesome for my gym workouts, and I highly recommend you guys check them out. Click the link in the description box or go to buyraycon.com/JackShepard to get 15% off your Raycon purchase, plus free shipping. Ad over. Back to the video.
Sending me pictures of dogs. Saying your next meal. What the fuck is going on? What the hell is going on?
It is not known if you are a gringo, Chinese or Korean. You don't even have a garbage identity.
As the English team began to hold a massive gap of points over the Spanish team, Coconut B predicted that the Spanish team, under the weight of these circumstances, would likely withdraw from the event. His prediction came true, as the Spanish team exited early, before the final day, handing an automatic victory to the English-speaking team. In the aftermath, AlexB11 and Disguised Toast parted on good terms, despite the outcome not being as ideal as they hoped. However, the event was a resounding success in terms of viewership and monetization, benefiting all involved. But many were not quick to back down on their views, such as Spanish players like Ricoy, who became very vocal in trolling creators like Coconut B, which puts forward the question, if such an event on a large scale is beneficial for viewership and monetization, what then is the real issue between Spanish and English creators? Well, it set a bad precedence, as both teams had provocators
Set a bad
escalating the drama.
precedence.
With a divide of a language barrier, viewers
Bad
were isolated
precedents.
to a single perspective based on their language, regardless of who might
They
have
are
actually
bad
been
presidents,
correct.
aren't they?
American, European, Australian, and New Zealander viewers typically sided with English-speaking streamers, while Spanish-speaking countries like Argentina, Spain, Mexico, and Colombia supported the Spanish streamers. This division allowed for narratives to be controlled by each side, potentially escalating tensions further with viewer retaliation. In light of this, Twitch Rivals Game Battle 2 was organized in August of 2022. AlexB11 chose not to return, and in his place, Greg F, a Call of Duty streamer from Spain, stepped up as a leader but was eliminated early on day 3, which led to Disguised Toast team winning by day 5. A lot more participants were happy, except a new issue arose when Coconut B suspected Xcurry, a Spain streamer, to be stream sniping him to have an advantage during his raid. This was put to an investigation by the Facepunch developer Alistar for the suspicions to be proved false. Coconut B would issue an apology. However, this wouldn't be the last time such a misunderstanding would occur. Twitch Rivals
Somebody's
Game Battle
texting
3
them.
would take place.
Somebody's watching them. Somebody's texting them on the cell phone what they're doing. It's not that hard. If you don't know what it is, you're fucking bad. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Like they're sitting there, they're on their phones, someone's DMing them what the other team's doing. It's not that fucking hard. That's how Arena is. That's how I mean, I really have not thought PvP has ever had honor. Ever. I think if you want to find dishonor, go to the PvP community. Cheaters and aimbotters and all that shit.
On May of 2023, where Coconut Bee's team managed to have an impressive win in the last 30 minutes of the event in stealing the tags needed from the Spanish team, being run by Panpots, a Spain content creator. This was one of the most emotional moments witnessed in Rust history, which I had the opportunity to explore in depth in my last Twitch Rivals documentary. However, this loss for the Spanish team was devastating, as they were moments away from winning the event, more specifically for M2CG, who made the chances for Coconut Bee to win possible. Despite the agonizing defeat, he was respectful in taking the loss and showed good sportsmanship. The Spanish players showed they genuinely cared about winning the tournament, above all else. Finally, Twitch Rivals Rust Game Battle 4 was broadcasted in December of 2023. The Spanish teams, with a history of disqualifications, eliminations, and never ranking above 4th place, were now very eager to win this
I'll farm a
event.
little
The
bit more,
competition
but
featured 10 teams,
I've got to go.
including 2 Spanish teams, led by
I've got to go
MTV
get my
Alldayerrydaybaby,
mount
a
vittles.
Mexican
Or no, maybe I
streamer,
did that
and
this
Panpots,
morning.
a previous team
I think I
captain.
did.
As the event kicked off, anticipation was high, but doubts about Team Spain were still present, especially from Coconut Bee, who raised concerns about 144 Rust, a Yugure streamer previously banned from the game, who almost participated. But beyond this concern, things were looking good. Team Al Capone was dominating the scoreboard for most of the event, and it looked like Team Spain may win this tournament. But on the other side of the field, Team Panpots was facing some controversy. On December 14th, with one day until the end of the event, Xcurry from Team Panpots was caught live on stream, exploiting a teleportation glitch, sparking outrage among other teams and organizers. But that wasn't all. An attack on Team Mendo's base by Team Panpots.
See, so many of them are
led to an
cheaters.
altercation.
So many of them are cheaters.
What did I do?
It makes me sick.
Like being
What did I do? What did I do?
towards me. When
Oh.
all I'm doing is farming. I've been playing this game for 3 days and I've held a gun. Like, I've never even like used the gun basically. Like, how is that even fair?
Members of Team Panpots ran into Rainosaurus, a Chinese-American VTuber, and were overheard using the phrase Madala China and Chino Farmer during the clash. While these phrases are not commonly considered derogatory in Spanish, the English translations of Kill the Chinese Girl and Chinese Farmer were subsequently reported as racist harassment. Observed by Twitch's Spanish staff, triggered an investigation into Team Panpots. The Spanish players defended their language as cultural misunderstanding, but given Twitch Rivals' previous run-in with viewer harassment against Asian players, they did not want the situation to escalate. In a first for Twitch Rivals.
They're making that poor Chinese girl cry. That sounds like Rust players to me. Yeah. Yeah.
Organizers decided to ban Xcurry and M2CG, which at that point, Team Panpots decided to withdraw from the event. Coconut Bee's reactions to this ban led to backlash from the Spanish players,
What the hell?
including more harassment from both sides. Xcurry, visibly upset, streamed his reaction, seeking resolution but to no avail from Facepunch or Twitch. Rakoy, also playing on Team Panpots, retaliated by
look at
leaking the
these
server
people.
IP, leading to a denial of service attack, resulting in his Twitch ban. The following day, Team Al Capone was eliminated by Coconut Bee and other groups in an allied raid, a move they felt specifically targeted them because they were Spanish speaking. The event ended when Coconut Bee lost the winning amount of tags to Hjun, who deposited them for Team Blueprint, making them the winning team. In similar Twitch Rivals fashion, many assumed the drama would end there. It did not. Team Panpots expressed their frustrations publicly, and Coconut Bee continued his trolling, leading to death threats against him by the viewers. In a surprising turn, Volcano, a Spain creator from Team Al Capone, accepted a boxing match from Coconut B set for February of 2024, which has been a popular way for creators to settle their disputes, such as KSI versus Logan Paul's first boxing match. So, as a viewer, do you think the fault lies on a specific side, or do you think this is a matter of cultural differences gone wrong in the heat of competition? Supporters of Spanish-speaking teams would likely explain that English creators set a narrative and targeted the Spanish community as a whole, instead of calling out a specific bad actor, which is why they may have responded the way they did. With the language and cultural differences being an ongoing theme, they held strong on their view it was a misunderstanding, rather than a direct attack on English speakers. So to what extent should participants be allowed to banter without implications and repercussions? For terms or behaviors, while not explicitly racist, derogatory, or offensive in their native language, could be considered as such in another language or culture. For supporters of the English-speaking team, would probably express their concern for escalation, where it would be fair to say Coconut B was escalating drama in his responses to the Spanish teams, more specifically for this event against Rokoi and Panpots. However, for their responses in return, for many could be seen as taking it too far. To what extent are streamers responsible when members of their viewer base resort to death threats and targeted harassment? Rokoi's actions, which include instigating hate raids and urging his audience to falsely report Coconut B's stream, the absence of disapproval from other Spanish-speaking streamers regarding their viewers' behavior has led to a disturbing wave of harassment and death threats targeting numerous English-speaking content creators. Peace is not the absence of conflict. It is the ability to handle conflict by peaceful means. Twitch rivals Rust Game Battle 5 will certainly have English and Spanish speakers. As we've seen, there clearly isn't a simple solution or an answer that everyone will be happy with, making this a very difficult topic to present. Still, there is a hope. A hope that one day, these vibrant communities, enriched by their unique cultures and perspectives, can recognize they have already found a common ground in playing Rust. It's a journey not just of compromise, but of understanding, empathy, and a shared passion for this game, which we have devoted so much of our lives to.
It was good.
He emerged as one of the first Rust.
You've dedicated
Pride,
5
a
years of
conviction
your
that one's-
life to. Uh-oh. Thank you, Jack Frags. Thank you, Asmongold, for the excellent content from your stream. I'd like to sub to your channel.
This game is popping the fuck off. Look at this. 300. I haven't played at all since yesterday. I left the game on since yesterday. I got 21 hours in it. So how are my slaves doing? They're doing pretty well.
This weird combination of furry Pokemon shit and military gun shit is so fucking weird. It reminds me of weird, like, Banksy drawings of, like, or not, yeah, I don't know, like I don't know what I'm trying to think of, but, like, yeah, it reminds me of weird Banksy drawings of, like, fascist people in tutus, you know? That kind of stuff. It's really fucking weird. Pal Worlds, I think I'm gonna actively boycott it. I think it's a bunch of people trying to essentially, like, force child, like, I'm sorry, not child, but, like, youth gaming on grown adults. I don't need my Call of Duty to be Pokemon. And I'm sorry, but this also looks like a really, really bad Rust ripoff. Like, and I know I'm about to play another Rust ripoff called Enshrouded, but Enshrouded looks a lot better than this. This looks like a bad version of Enshrouded.
All right, not too bad. Let's go ahead and see what we got. They're all working.
And it's like now you want to make the Pokemon your slaves, which is such a weird fucking fascist thing. Oh, it's Factorio, but the Pokemon are slaves. And it's like, God damn it, man. I swear to God, a bunch of these modern games are essentially like dictator simulators. They're like designed to turn children into dictators. It's really weird.
Let me go and I'm gonna try and catch some new Pokemon.
Yeah.
Let me see how many of these I need to make.
It doesn't look fun to
I'm
me.
gonna make 10 Pokeballs. Oh, you do it for me. Genuine slaves? No, look at them, they're smiling. Look how happy they are. They say thank you for giving us a job.
No, they're like they've been dominated and captured, enslaved, and forced to be, well, slaves, not serfs, but slaves. And yeah, and I don't understand that vibe. Do you really need your Pokemon to be your fucking labor force? I'm sorry, but I really don't understand the psychologically that vibe. Did we really need that?
Like being happy. Or sorry, they like working for me. Because if they don't, I kill them.
Yep. And there's what the kind of people that these games. This is the mentality that these games turn us into. God damn it! I can't stop fucking chopping trees. I need to warp out of here.
Trial hidden abilities offered to a statue of power. Isn't this a statue of power? Enhanced pals. I don't know if I really want to upgrade these things yet. These guys kind of suck, you know. Okay. Now let's go capture some Pokemon. Oh, actually, I gotta get some more of these too. Read to right, we got a slacker. It's okay. Did you get your balls?
Like, we don't need Call of Duty Pokemon. Why did you think that was a thing? I'm just saying. Not bad, not bad.
Yes, I did. Catch a Vixie? Oh yeah, I'm gonna just go around and get some other Pokemon.
It's a pretty game.
I gotta get a lot of these done. They abandoned their previous game. They took the base from the previous game. Even the same bugs persisted. Good, maybe this one will be better. We gotta give a fuck about their history. Yeah. What do you think? I'm gonna fucking marry him? He's a piece of fucking. It's a piece of software. I don't need to write a goddamn fucking. I'm not getting married to this shit. I'll play it whenever I want to play it. I stop playing it. I don't want to play it. Fuck, I give a fuck. I'm gonna quit getting emotional.
I think I'm gonna stop playing new games after I saw Remnant 2 go to the Xbox store after 4 months. I don't think I'm gonna buy new games anymore. Like, I am good. I am if they're MMO, but I'm not if they're good. I'm not gonna buy single player games anymore.
Emotionally invested into a fucking game. Jesus Christ, have some self-respect.
Yep, and this is why they do Pokemon games, is because they want you to get invested like that. Play their game and.
Okay. Y'all think I can handle him?
10 alchemy research.
What do you think?
Cannon patterns, huh? Nice, nice. What's that do for me?
No? Alright, I'm gonna do it. Oh my god, didn't lose any health. What?
This looks dumb.
Wait, what? Okay.
Why are you shooting this fucking Pokemon with a bow?
That's so dumb.
The gameplay looks terrible, frankly.
There's no way. There's no way, guys. I'm sorry. I'm running away. I can't do it.
Yeah, that's enough of this. Bye. A war broke out in my giant rainforest vivarium. Ants Canada. Thank you, then and now. This is called our new addictions destroying us. How new addictions are destroying
When I
us.
say
Thank you, then and now.
you
I'd like to
probably
sub to your
think
channel.
of substances first. Cigarettes, alcohol, caffeine, drug addiction. But you might also then think of new addictions. Work, social media, phone screens, gaming, YouTube, even performance addictions. These are so-called behavioural addictions, and the way we talk about them leads to a broader question. Is the very face of addiction changing? In fact, so many of our addictions seem to be becoming instead online ones. As our psychologies fuse into the hyper-real postmodern screen-attached cyber psychologies, symbiotic with tech itself and dependent on it, what happens to those compulsions that we feel, that pull towards clickbait, towards likes, towards doom scrolling? What's it doing to us? I have addictions, too many. They're not too bad these days, but I smoke a bit, I drink a bit, I eat too much sugary stuff, I'm drawn to Twitter, and I convince myself that YouTube videos are research because of this job. Even my reading, my work habits, my exercise verge on feeling like addictive compulsions. The modern world, the one that arose out of developments in science, factories, industry, the Enlightenment, was an attempt, in many ways, to fix a pre-modern problem: scarcity. What happens when, for some of us, the problem of scarcity is overcome? The modern problem of overcoming scarcity turns on its head and becomes a postmodern problem, that of abundance and excess, from too little to too much. Our wiring has evolved over the course of millennia as a response to the scarce landscape of the savannah. Postmodern life is a constant fight against the ghosts of that wiring. Is that new fight, the new face of addiction, becoming an epidemic? Drug overdoses in the US have tripled since 1990. Opioid use has risen by 300%. 300 million of us have an alcohol disorder. In the 20th century, 100 million people died early from smoking. Many psychologists estimate that 1 in 10 Americans qualify for social media addiction. One study estimates that 7% of gamers are problem gamers and 1.4% are addicted. Facebook itself found that Instagram was harmful to teenage girls. 30% of us could be classified as addicted to our phones. 7% of us to
I can
gambling,
use the
and 7%
bananas, huh?
of us to online
Yeah.
shopping. So
I
is it
suppose that's
true
probably
to
the best
say
thing
that
to
we
do
live
with them,
in
really.
an age of addiction?
But they sell so
Philosopher
well.
Kent Donington has written, persons with
No, I don't
severe
want
addictions are among
bananas.
those
No.
contemporary prophets that we ignore to our own demise, for they show us who we truly are.
I want to sell the bananas
So
right now,
what's going on here?
or I'll use them.
If this broad pursuit of pleasure ranges from tobacco to Tetris, sex to social media, booze to buying, gaming to gambling, how do we think about addiction at all? It all seems so broad, so vague. The American Society of Addiction Medicine defines addiction like this. Addiction is a treatable chronic medical disease
Warp
involving
drive
complex
active.
interactions among brain circuits, genetics, the environment, and an individual's life experiences. People with addiction use substances or engage in behaviours that become compulsive and often continue despite harmful consequences. Of course, addiction is complex, personal, subjective, but I think two parts of that definition are important. Compulsion, the pull of addiction, the diminishing of our free will to resist, and the harmful consequences. We live in a constantly shifting context of addictive hooks, environments designed to draw us in, to pull our behaviour, to advertise
Docking
pleasures,
request
to flash
accepted.
signs and slogans and headlines and photos, to notify us of trivial but tempting updates. We live in an attention society that seeks to take possession of our minds over and over from all directions. In fact, studies have shown that substance addictions, to nicotine say, and behavioural addictions, to phones say, are indistinguishable in brain scans. Cocaine addiction and gambling addictions, for example, show similar patterns in cues, cravings, dopamine release, withdrawal symptoms, and so on. Professor of Marketing Adam Alter, in his book Irresistible, says that there's a pattern that describes the brain of a drug addict as he injects heroin, and a second that describes the brain of a gaming addict as he fires up a new World of Warcraft quest. They turn out to be almost identical. So if all addictions are based on that compulsion, combined with harmful consequences, how can we think about the historic change towards these new, postmodern addictions? In a 1993 Wired article on this new thing called the internet, Mitchell Kapoor predicted that we could wind up with networks that have the principal effect of fostering addiction to a new generation of electronic narcotics. Glitzy, interactive multimedia successors to Nintendo and MTV, their principal themes revolving around instant gratification through sex, violence, or sexual violence, their uses and content determined by mega corporations pushing mindless consumption of things we don't need and aren't good for us. He then asks, what could prevent such a fate?
Is the internet just the logical culmination of our history of trying to make pleasures ever present? We've built entire civilizations and progress on the pursuit of pleasure and the avoidance of pain.
As psychiatrist Anna Lembick writes, as a result, we've transformed the world from a place of scarcity to a place of overwhelming abundance. We've evolved for scarcity and live, in some cases and in some places, with abundance. The industrial, modern, capitalist pursuit of pleasures on demand is what historian David Courtwright has called limbic capitalism. He says that limbic capitalism is a technologically advanced way of doing business that encourages excessive compulsion and addiction. Targeting of the limbic system are quick emotional reactions, feelings, our deepest evolutionary desires, our base impulses, sugar, money, celebrity, sex, gambling, luxury. Throughout history, we've sought to institutionalize and secure these pleasures. Food, drink, shelter are the most obvious, but we've also sought to maximize the potency and availability of things by distilling spirits, building casinos, producing cartons of cigarettes, brothels, creating slave trades for sugar, global fast food supply chains, designing persuasive social media systems, and Hollywood. Limbic capitalists seek to supply pleasure and reap predictable profits. In 1663, the mathematician Girolamo Cardano carefully studied many gambling games and created lists of probabilities of outcomes, wins and losses. Further mathematicians made it possible for casinos and lotteries to professionalize gambling and make the extraction of profits from gamblers a scientific pursuit.
I have 10,000 gold,
Casinos
which is good.
Add booze, women, food, cigarettes, take away natural light, etc. Add beds to sleep in, and you have a winning hand. Today, big tech giants work on the probabilities of you opening an app at a certain time of day, the best way to predict what you'll click like on or share. Sales in your inbox work on the chance of you responding to a certain percentage off at a certain time.
It could be said that we've built civilizations on the pursuit of dopamine, the most important neurotransmitter in our brain, the feel-good chemical, the reward molecule. What's interesting about dopamine is that it might be more important for the expectation of reward than the reward itself.
Dopamine is central to addiction. The more dopamine released, the more addictive the drug. When we engage in addictive behaviours, we get a burst of dopamine. Then our homeostasis system, the system that balances and regulates our body, tips the other way, producing withdrawal symptoms.
The dopamine released is a reward for behaviour that we assume is good, fun, exciting, social, and so on. But usually, evolutionarily speaking, it was also rare, a treat, sugars and fats being the prime example.
When we have too much of these things, our dopamine baseline drops to balance out. We down-regulate. We get that big reward, that big hit, then our system has to recover. We experience withdrawal, dullness, boredom, temptation, and so on. We also build up a tolerance. We require more and more of the thing to get the same result, the same fix. And we spend more of our time pursuing it, resulting in many cases in an unbalanced life, an unnourished life.
Now, we instinctively know this when it comes to booze, caffeine and other substances. We get hangovers and crashes. But remember, the brain scans of the heroin addict and the World of Warcraft addict look identical. Dopamine spikes, withdrawal symptoms, tolerance apply to social media as much as to cigarettes, as much to sugar as it does to clothes.
Before we get back to limbic capitalism, one of the most fascinating findings in studies of dopamine is that it's not just released as a reward, but also, and maybe even more importantly, in the expectation of a reward. Memory is central to the release of dopamine. We remember a certain cue, a certain pattern, predict or remember a certain outcome, and get excited. We see a fast food restaurant or a pub. I have a beer and think cigarette. Our mouth salivates at cooking food. Gamblers get as excited when the slot machine starts spinning than from the win itself.
What we get in all of these things are cues. We get a little cue when our phone buzzes. Dopamine is released in expectation of what it is, more than the what it is itself.
Cues, the expectation of reward, or hooks, are central to postmodern addictions.
Yeah, what's the hook?
I
Yeah.
can feel a slow stream of dopamine release when I'm out exploring. The experience of novelty, anticipation, thinking through new things in real time, all reward with dopamine release. But too much of any good thing becomes a problem when it tips us off balance. Too much work, too much sugar, too much gambling, too much social media.
And under limbic capitalism, those hooks, corporate signs, logos, headlines, notifications, games, that promise of a big hit of dopamine, drawing us in like the siren song, it's all everywhere. And here's the biggest problem with limbic capitalism. 80% of alcohol sales go to 20% of the heaviest users. The gambling industry makes 80% of profits from 20% of gamblers. In social media use, the top 1% of users create the majority of content. Limbic hooks appeal to the most vulnerable among us, those that are most likely to form addictions, those with psychological needs, those in poverty, kids, those of us with genetic predispositions towards addiction, but they appeal to the most vulnerable among us and the most vulnerable parts of us. Alter says that a staggering 41% of the population has suffered from at least one behavioural addiction over the past 12 months.
When we're surrounded by dopamine on tap,
when we live in that age of abundance, an opioid epidemic, fried food everywhere, booze everywhere, online gambling 24/7, social connection 24/7, the promise of novelty 24/7,
Warp drive active.
Video at any time, any music at any time, when we have a lack in our lives, a psychological need, it becomes easy to replace it with a crutch. And social isolation, a lack of social support, trauma, poverty, genetics combined with ease of access and potency, engineered weed, strong alcohol, hyper-tuned online gambling, etc. are all predictors for addiction. What we see under limbic capitalism is the design and production of sophisticated techniques to appeal to the release of dopamine, the mathematization of gambling, the use of new printing techniques and bold colours to grab our attention, the proliferation of signs and sounds to draw us into apps and adverts, autoplay, algorithms to predict what you like when you'll like it, headlines that will fire your fight and flight, and the most powerful of all, the simple screen. In short, cues and hooks are ubiquitous, everywhere tempting the promise of quick rewards.
And so the key to the attention economy, a subpart of limbic capitalism, is to dangle digital drugs that are likeable, clickable, repeatable, that entice, persuade and cajole us. Just think how different your everyday landscape is to how we've evolved.
You probably know the story. Odysseus, on his way home, gets his crew to tie him to the mast to hear the siren song for himself. That sweet, alluring, melodious sound that draws seafarers towards the rocks, while his shipmates put wax in their ears as they navigate past. Homer's Odyssey is a foundational story in human history. Is it any wonder that this temptation towards sweetness and doom, a metaphor for many things, is such a well-known part of that story, such a well-known warning in human psychology?
There's something primordial about the warning of the pull down the dopaminergic tract, some kind of original sin, maybe.
How many times have you seen a notification like this and been compelled to click and see what's new? How many times a day do you check your email on autopilot? How many times have you not noticed that the reason you're drawn to this notification sign is because it's in red to get your attention? Game designers use compelling feedback rewards, sounds, flashes, animations that reinforce the reward of that little dopamine hit. Virtual reality will make all of this multisensory. In his History of Attention, Tim Wu writes that the inventor of email, Stephen Lukasik, was arguably the first to develop that little habit that consumes the attention of so many of us, the check-in, the impulse triggered by the intrusive thought that whatever else one is doing, I need to check my email. 70% of office emails are read within 6 seconds. Accounts are checked 36 times every hour. Almost half of people describe this compulsive checking as a loss of control. We've become addicted to inbox zero, to running streaks on our sports watches, to Duolingo streaks, to posting once a day, to beating a high score, to catching up on that last Netflix cliffhanger. Once one company starts vying for our attention, it sets in motion a chain of competition in which you either present your hook, your corporate hook, your gesture to the world, your demand for attention, or you get out-hooked yourself. You go out of business, you lose in the great game of content creation that we now live in. Wu writes that under competition, the race will naturally run to the bottom. Attention will almost invariably gravitate towards the more garish, lurid, outrageous alternative, whatever stimulus may more likely engage what cognitive scientists call our automatic attention as opposed to our control attention, the kind we direct with intent. The sirens of our postmodern addictions tempt us away from the physical world to our phone screens. In 1958, Aldous Huxley, author of Brave New World, wrote that the development of a vast mass communications industry concerned in the main neither with the true nor the false, but with the unreal, the more or less totally irrelevant, failed to take into account man's almost infinite appetite for distractions. Even our goals become a hook that can turn into addiction. We must beat the last video viewed. We must get more likes than the last post. I must get more views on this video than the last one. I must run a faster pace than last week. Must beat that high score on a game. Must get more followers. Goals are everywhere. Alter writes that the internet has...
I don't care
exposed
about
people-
any of that. And I'm sorry, but that's the actual problem that I have. It's not that I don't get joy from being here or doing these things or dopamine rushes or like anybody else. I'm just the same. No difference. My thing is I don't care about pretty much anything. Not after being treated the way that I did. I don't care. I don't value what they value. I don't value their money. I value love. I think love is dead. You know, I think it's not dead, but it's like dying. It's like they're in families and stuff, but I think just love in general is kind of depleting in this world. I think it's one of the reasons why I'm not unhappy, but I'm not very, like, you know, it's why I'm like, I feel like it's a dystopia now, because love is this thing that used to be there. I don't think it is. I think we hate all these other human beings because there's too many of them. That's why all these bad things happen. Ooh, empty ancient heart. Nice. For 212, 17 gold. Not bad. I got 27 of them, huh? Isn't this one of the things for... Oh, I don't... Yeah, anyways, yeah. Silk is going for a lot, and I've got a bunch of them. Nice. Infused corrupted coating. Damage against gives a maximal bonus to damage against corrupted. Lasts for 0.08 minutes or upon unequip. Wait, what do you mean upon it? Oh, unequip. Whichever comes first. Oh. Oh, I don't care about that then. That's what that's for? I don't care about that. That's what these are worth? Infused corrupted coatings? Ew, I don't like that. Coating stack with weapon traits, yeah. So, okay, let's go 1998 then, and at least make my sales while they're up that high. I doubt they'll stay that high.
To goals they barely knew existed, and wearable tech devices have made goal tracking effortless and automatic. Where once you had to seek out new goals, today they land, often uninvited, in your inbox and on your screen.
I don't have any goals except seeking love in my life. That's it. And by that, I mean, I already found that. I mean, I found who I wanted. So, I mean, it's not like I need to chase them. I don't have any goals in my life. I guess I've got a goal to be a successful content provider. Or content creator, excuse me. But I don't care if I succeed in that or not. I don't think anything around the success of it will have anything to do with my life, kind of. Maybe money, I guess. That's about it, though. It's kind of weird, but it's like my work doesn't really relate to my life very much. They're very separate things. It's hard to say. Yeah, can I get 13 gold? Sure. Yeah. feel like I'm getting the exact same amount of all of these for some reason. Yeah, I'll take that though. Yeah. Yep. And like, so all these people around me are goal oriented, and I'm like, yeah, for what? Like, you understand that like 100 years for a lifetime is a finite thing, and all those goals, you can't take them with you. When you die, you're dead. Now you might come back around the coil or something. Who knows how it works? But I know that you can't take the end result of all those goals with you. So why are you so goal oriented? I'm fun oriented. I'm looking for fun, frankly. If the relationship isn't fun, I'm not doing it. If the if the game isn't fun, I'm not playing it. Like, etc. Like, I find, despite mining being boring, I think EvE is very fun. It's very fun. It reminds me of Tycoon Simulator or A Train or something like that. It's very fun in the long term. When you reach a like, certain like level, you're like, oh man, I'm doing pretty well, and yeah, I don't know. I just I think. Oh, now my mobile tractor. Oops, I moved to the wrong place. Oh well, that's okay. I'll go get my mobile tractor. And so like I don't understand having a goal-oriented life. You can't take the end result with you. So I think you should find out what's possible. I think if you seek a goal, you're only ever gonna, if you've all you've got is goals and like goals, like you're always trying to reach goals. You're always trying to reach checklists of stuff that you want to be. I think we all kind of have like an overall life checklist of stuff that you want to do. But I don't know what good it is if, like, after about 100 years it's finite over, and maybe I guess you want to change the world for the better. That's a good goal to have. I think that's an appropriate goal to have. Changing the world for the better past when you're dead, there's an example of a good goal. But being like, I'm the best NBA star of all time, like Kobe or whatever, I get that, and I know why they want it, because it's like fulfillment and stuff. But overall, he didn't get to take it with him, so I don't know why. Like, so letting it take over your life and letting it dictate everything you do, don't know about that. It's different for everybody. It's different for everybody. It's wrong of me to try and say people should try and be a certain way. My thing is more like, you seem to only want us to be goal oriented. And honestly, I think the best things that we have probably come from just wandering around, discovering things, instead of being like, oh, we gotta till the soil and flip the water and all that and warm the house. Did you pick it up? No. I want you to skip to cargo hold. And then loot the cargo. Good. 2 million, not bad. I can't fit it all? Oh, I can't fit it all. Oh, because... Wait, there's brimful zeolites in this container. There is ore in the container? No, I have room. Wait, what? Yeah, loot all, bitch. What? Brimful zeolites. Oh, yeah? Wait, the mobs drop loot? Or, ore, I mean? Okay. Well, shit. I didn't know that. Okay, well... Okay. let's get the mobile tractor unit in my thing. And now what? Can we get all of it now? No, we can't get all of it now. But we can dump and come back. So yeah, and I'll come back to this. I guess I'll mark this the cargo container. Yep. And then we'll come back to this. No, don't close all tabs. No. So now
analytics, the comparing of yourself to everyone on the planet closes the gap between performance and possibility. And
Warp
with
drive
it
active.
comes pressure.
Why do we?
yeah, it's like pressure. It's like that song "Stressed Out" by 21 Pilots. That song's all about that. It's like, now we need to wake up and make money, right? And it's like, no, we don't. No, we don't. The fact that, like, the minute that you let your life become mundane and one and the same like that, you have lost it. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to seek in these games or whatever that I'm doing 14 hours a day every day. I don't know what it is, but I'm chasing it because I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is I'm chasing. And I think that's actually really beautiful. I don't know what it is I'm chasing. I don't track achievements. I don't track hours. I don't know what the name of it is. I don't know what, if there could be success declared or failure declared after a certain period of it. I don't know what it is. But I know that I love it and I'm chasing it. And I don't care how I get it. I'm gonna get it, you know. And that's you know, and that's an example of a non-goal oriented life stream that I can't even define, much less like orient towards or even aim in a particular direction towards. I sometimes think like maybe I should play this game just because I don't play games like that, you know, or whatever, because it's just like, you know, you wonder sometimes, you know, what it is you're missing sometimes, and it's just like crazy. I don't know what it is I'm chasing, but I know that it's not the same, I think, as a lot of other people. I don't think it is. It's some kind of
to social media. There
No,
are
no.
many factors, but a few
Nope.
universal ones.
I didn't like social media. I was like, this does not give me the fucking like dopamine that drugs does, or video games. You know, I did not like working. The money did not give me the kind of dopamine that drugs and sex and music and games do. You know, so I kind of filled my life with drugs, sex, music, love, and games. You know, now it's not even sex anymore. It's just a little bit more narrowed down as I get older, because it's like your body kind of starts to go when you're older. It's a fact. I don't have the most amazing body. I don't have a bad body, but I've got a fat body. Yeah.
Stand out to me as interesting. First, novelty. As hunter-gatherers, we're wired to seek the new, exploring, whether
work
in
on
the
it.
wild or in the digital wilderness.
I have a goal in that respect where it's like, I don't want to be fat for 30 whole years. You know, it's already been goddamn 16 years or something like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm at this halfway point. I'd rather just be healthy. You know, I really don't care to do it, but I definitely would care more to be healthy than be fat for like 30 whole years. I don't think it's something that should last forever. I don't know. I spend most of the time on a computer or a PC or a console or something, wasting the hours away chasing my gaming dream. That's why I'm fat. It was not like I sit here and pound chocolate cake all goddamn day and order fucking Uber Eats all the time and pound McDonald's. It's never been like that. Never, never, never. Shit, it's been a long time since I've had McDonald's. Like
is
years.
addictive.
Another is that big tech have learned a lot from the gambling industry. Studies have shown.
Or no, I think I tried McDonald's recently. I think I did. Because somebody said they rehashed their menu to like be all fancy and better. And I was like, yeah, right. And they're like, no, they are. And I'm like, yeah, right. I went to try it. No, it was the same old piece of shit burger it had been for like 15 years. It was like, no, this was not better. It was not better. It was gross. And I think that was like last year in March, I think, or something like that. That was the last time I tried McDonald's. I was like, gross, you know?
Maybe factor, the idea of maybe getting a win, the maybe of having a new email, a new friend request, the thrill of the chase, releases more dopamine than the win itself. In studies, pigeons peck a button to release food more furiously when the food is released randomly instead of consistently. The like button changed the psychology of sharing. We now gamble with the maybe factor each time we share something new photo, new update, a new video. How will people respond to it? Social media uses what psychologists call variable reinforcement. The rewards vary, and studies have found that variable reinforcement is the best way to train animals into obedient habits. Casinos use so-called luck ambassadors. When you're near your point of giving up and leaving, when you've lost repeatedly, someone's dispatched to give you a free drink or a voucher. In the same way, when you haven't logged into an app or a game for a while, you'll get a free little update, a notification, a gift of some coins or a special piece of news. Philosopher James Williams proposes a thought experiment. How would you design a society as weak-willed as possible? It would, he says, deliver an endless supply of informational rewards on demand, whether that's outrage headlines or cute cat photos. And what's worrying is that those informational rewards become more and more personalised to suit our particular weaknesses. Professor of Psychiatry David Greenfield, who founded the Centre for Internet and Technology Addiction, says that the internet amplifies the intoxicating impact of stimulating content via the efficient delivery mechanism into our nervous system. He describes the internet with its variable rewards, beeps, buzzes, colours, flashes, animations and notifications as the world's largest slot machine. As the slot machine gets even more sophisticated, it's only going to get harder to resist. An early pioneer of the idea of behavioural addictions, the psychologist
647 million.
An addiction is an extreme dysfunctional attachment.
647 million worth of shit. That's insane. Why? Why is it that much? Oh, right. Because of the 400 million, because of the ice harvesters. But yeah, the compressed, that compressed clear icicle. There's money. More money. My cup runneth over. Nice. 174 million isk. Claim. Hee hee. Wait, 174, but 87 claimed. Whatever. I don't care. It's liquid in my pocket, you know? It's awesome. Yeah, that's good money. Yes, it is. I'm at 198 already. Goddamn. Went up 100 million a day. Alright, I'll take it. Alright. In high sec.
Experience that is acutely harmful to
I think CCP got smart. They're like, yeah, not everybody likes being fucking harassed by bullshit people all the time. Yeah, not all the time, no. I'll do it sometimes. No problem. I like PvP. But I want to be able to live my fucking lifestyle unharassed. Like, wherever it is I settle down, like on Rust or whatever, you know? Yes, I was going to loot my gil. I have not touched Final Fantasy XI yet. 15.6. Not bad. That was money I was not expecting from just crystals and shit like that. That's awesome. 65,000. I'm going to get up to that new axe is what I'm going to do. Can I ask you a question? Can I raise enough money to buy my axe? Because I think I can. I think I can. I think I should go back to the desert because I don't think the ants are too weak yet. But I mean, I don't know. I don't like where I've been going, which was, yeah, let's look at BST camps on the internet. I don't really agree with them, but I'd like to see what their frame of mind is, you know? Yeah, the Beastmaster Viable Hunting Grounds, right? And they say 50 to 59. We're looking at 50 to 54. Sea Serpent Grotto is not bad. Camp behind the Mithril door in Nook at J5. Trade a Mithril Beast coin to door. Be aware that Mew the Wave Rider and Paw the Gold Color can spawn here. Paw the Gold Color can be easily duo during XP here using Leech Pets and possibly solo with some luck. Cannot be solo for the little range that this camp is used. He will take out leeches faster than they spawn, doing anywhere from 100 to 250 damage per hit and 500 with the jump ability. So, Sahagins. Swamp, Marsh, Bog, Sahagins. Or I can go to the Crawler's Nest for Soldier Crawlers, Lab, Witch, Hazels, Hornfly, X-Rays. All of the Crawler's Nest, pretty much. I liked the Crawler's Nest. It appears that I've got some travel to do. I'm going to spin up some Final Fantasy music and play some Final Fantasy for a little bit here. I have some travel to do. Drop stuff and see if I need to sell anything. Burr Blood. Doesn't that sell? I think it does. Like, really well, too. Oh, no, wait, I fucked up here. Oops. I don't need prison powders anymore because I'm subbed white mage. I think I'd like to queue for a party and just see what I pull. Because soloing is getting hard. I would not mind XP, you know? Yeah, we'll take a 52 Beastmaster flag. I should take a look at getting access to Ottergon now. Man, I have not done anything. It sucks. Okay, well, that can't hurt to go look and see if she'll start the process for me. Oh, you have to take the ship the first time, I think. Yeah, I forgot about that. She won't give me the third one.
Warp drive active.
Fuck. Oh no. I guess I just have to go to Windhurst. That's all. Oh, okay, okay, I see. That's okay. Yeah, that's alright. I'm gonna go pee while she runs, guys. I'll be right back. Because this is kind of a long run here. I'll be right back. I did get a silk thread. I got two spool. Two. Or no, I didn't. I got one. No, I got two. I got two. No, I got one. I got silk thread. And now I gotta go to waters, which I'm in, and then I do million corn from Maku Malpi in Winders Waters South at H8. Okay. Million corn. There it is.
Your inventory is full.
My mace hasn't capped yet, has it? But when it does, I'm gonna switch. Weapons. 19. I'm close. I'm gonna get close. Yeah. There goes 2 grand, like, poof. Just poof, like, on basic stuff that I need to keep farming. It's annoying. 2 grand, just woof, gone. I was up at 10. I was going to buy a house, but not today. It'll be probably tomorrow unless I go farming a lot. I want to keep farming. I'm starting to look at the money battle as like something really surreal that is actually crazy. It's like maybe the biggest grind I've ever seen in an MMO, really. I'm going to do an old grind I used to do. Plus there's a quest there. Yeah, there's a quest to do as well. Yeah, so we'll go there. Oh, she went pretty far north, though, which is good. I've got to turn my flag off, or I'll get a party, and my inventory's full. Yeah, turn it off. I don't want to look. Oh, I forgot something. Damn it, I have to buy victuals. And that's expensive. See, there's more money going out the door. Fucking annoying. I don't know what my mount skill is. See, that seems wrong, but I don't know. What is it in my normal set? Yeah, see, I reached it in my normal, yeah. So... Oh, I have to buy victuals, yeah, but I don't know what my mount skill is, so... Riding is 118. Luxury mount victuals, they are for 150, but I'm 118, so we'll have to go lower. Hardy mount victuals are for riding level 75. Mount victuals are for 2,500 riding XP. They're 117 apiece. They're tier 2. I want the tier 3 stuff. Yeah. Not the luxury, but the... God damn it. The hardy. This is gonna be so goddamn expensive. Let's buy all 32 of these. God damn it. Look, it's all my money. It's just ridiculous. We'll do 3 a day. Look at that. Look how expensive that is. Ugh. $122. I have 800 healing pots here. Oh, wow. Wow, what the hell? Well, but they're all worthless, though. I just dumped him here one day, I guess. Yeah, I think I did. Shit, I don't know, man, but I don't want to deal with it, I'll tell you that. So, whatever. Where did I get that at? Wow. Wait, I thought I had a lot more water than that. Oh, it's because you're messing around with sets, aren't you? Yes, you are. So here. Yep. Yeah, there. Well, shit, yeah, take all. Fucking take all that. Yeah, great. I didn't know this was here. It's a whole day's worth of loot that I just left there one time when I was full. Thanks, past me. And now I have a whole day's worth of loot sitting right there that I just cracked in. Good. Oh, look, it's a whole bunch of fiber already. Okay. Works for me. I'm gonna go cycle a bunch of this crap, which is good. Oh, look at all that. Wicker baskets. Nice, I went to 40 furnishing. Yeah, fuck it, just make them. Who cares? 41, wow. Wooden fishing poles, okay. Oil and pure solvent from maple stain, that's funny. A little bit more. Oops.
Warp drive active. Docking request accepted. Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
This is the house I'm gonna buy. 10,000. I'm getting there too. I'm like 7,700. I'm about to make a bunch more sales and stuff. I like the money grind on this game the best I've ever liked it on any game. I think it's the best money grind I've ever done by far. And I'm enjoying it immensely. I must embrace that. So now... That doesn't work. Ugh. Is it 3? Yeah, it's 3. Oh, I hate this stupid ass fucking shit. Wow. Oops. I got these for a penny and I'm selling them for 20 cents each. It's 20 times my money. I forgot I did this. And it's good. I'm going to glut the potions. $211 stat team. Nice, 200 gold. I don't know what it costs to buy all those fibers. Aloe gel is gonna sell. God damn it. Hey, there's 1,000 gold.
You've been examined.
goes through there, yeah. Oh! I get my ass beaten now. Great.
Incoming tell.
Ooh. Yes, please. 54.
Incoming party invite. Incoming Tau.
Oh, I don't care. Yeah, you killed me, huh? Okay. Shut up, you. There's that shitty horror music. That shitty horror music that we've talked about. And down it goes. Bye.
But that is an essential part of the person's ecology and that the person cannot relinquish.
The word ecology stands out to me there. Ecology, landscape, the world that we find ourselves in. The internet, of course, is the new digital landscape, and the hooks and cues a new indispensable part of our lives. But does that mean we should wander through the digital landscape and just give into it?
The idea of ecology and addiction is so essential that during the Vietnam War heroin epidemic, many in America were fearful of what would happen when veterans that had become addicted to heroin serving in Vietnam brought that addiction home with them. Politicians in particular feared a widespread heroin epidemic on domestic soil, but it didn't really happen. Many who were addicted in Vietnam didn't bring that particular problem back with them. The reason was that the ecology, the landscape, the relationship back home was completely different. The same cues and hooks weren't there anymore. Williams has described computers as wondrous machines that also appeal to the lowest parts of us. Like all technology, the value of something like a phone is of course neutral. It's what we do with the tech that matters.
To combat postmodern addictions, there are two paths. We need to both better arm ourselves, educate ourselves and foster a culture of awareness, and design and create responsible landscapes that protect vulnerable people, kids, addicts, and the vulnerable parts within all of us.
Arming yourself is difficult. Many psychologists have argued that abstinence alone is rarely enough. Instead, we need to focus on the psychological needs that the addictions are a cover for, something that's not being fulfilled in the moment. Psychiatrist Anne Lembick writes that many of us use high dopamine substances and behaviours to distract ourselves from our own thoughts.
I think the trick to beating an addiction is to replace it with something new, something else, something more meaningful. To allow yourself to think about what the need is in the moment. Ask honestly why the compulsion is there. Escape, fun, boredom, fear, a reward. Then try to replace the addictive behaviour with a new habit that does the same job psychologically. Twitter doom scrolling is the result of needing a break and seeking novelty. Go for a walk instead, or flick through a paper.
AA teaches to avoid the hooks and cues. people, places, and things that trigger compulsive behaviour. Remember, the expectation of reward is difficult to resist once the hook has lodged itself under your skin. If Twitter is open in a visible tab, it's much more difficult to resist clicking to see what the notification is than if you're logged out. Notifications can be turned off on your phone.
But the idea that we should all just work to resist the limbic temptations that surround us is a naive neoliberal dream. We should focus on the landscape of hooks and cues too. The designers of the system and our laws and regulations are all responsible for the structure of our experience.
The problem with relying on the individual to resist limbic temptations is that, as design ethicist Tristan Harris says, willpower is not enough when there are 1,000 people on the other side of the screen whose job it is to break down the self-regulation that you have. And Devangi Vivrakar says that portraying the problem as one in which we need to be more mindful of our interaction with apps can be likened to saying that we need to be more mindful of our behaviour while interacting with the artificial intelligence algorithms that beat us at chess. Equally sophisticated algorithms beat us at the attention game all the time.
Billions of dollars and millions of engineers, programmers, designers, even psychologists and focus groups all spend their time and attention working out how to attract your attention. So in response, we must focus our attention on demanding effective digital landscapes that align with our goals and needs, rather than appeal to the weakest parts of ourselves and prey on those addictive tendencies within us and are a danger to our kids.
In one survey, half of kids said they felt addicted to their phone and 3/4 felt compelled to respond to texts, posts and notifications immediately. Self-harm posts and self-harm itself seems to be on the rise. Excessive gaming is correlated with negative mental health outcomes. Excessive social media use correlated with anxiety and depression. Early adulthood is the highest risk age for developing addictions. If you don't develop an addiction earlier in life, you're less likely to develop one later on. And one big reason for this is that, as Alta says, young adults are bombarded by a galaxy of responsibilities that they're not equipped to handle. They learn to medicate by taking up substances or behaviours that dull the insistent sting of those persistent hardships. Combine this with having devices on tap that provide consistent drips of dopamine on demand, and we could be on course for a generational disaster.
Wait, this is right where I wanted to be. Oh no, this is not where I wanted to be. But it's close.
It's impossible to resist the pressure for kids to have phone and social media accounts when all of their friends do. It becomes unfair on them. If they're the only ones without, it's just as harmful for them to be ostracised. And so the duty of care, the duty to do something, must instead fall on institutions, schools, governments, regulation, and the social media and big tech giants themselves.
There's a quote I find interesting from the American philosopher Matthew Crawford. He says, "The left's project of liberation led us to dismantle inherited cultural jigs that once imposed a certain coherence, for better and worse, on individual lives. This created a vacuum of cultural authority that has been filled, opportunistically, with attentional landscapes that get installed by whatever choice architect brings the most energy to the task, usually because it sees the profit potential."
I think what he means is that historically we had authoritative guides about how we should act. They came from places like the church, from cultural ideas of things like masculinity, what acceptable decorum might be, what should or shouldn't be allowed on television and radio and so on. But those cultural, political and social guides have largely disappeared and been replaced with the market. At their worst, those cultural jigs, as he calls them, restricted us. But at their best, they provided a kind of landscape, an ecology that guided us.
In replacing them with the market, we leave ourselves open to whoever can attract our attention as the highest bidder with the sweetest, most addictive hook. And that's dangerous. When it comes to traditional addictive substances, tobacco, alcohol, drugs, we intervene in their use in several ways. By limiting access, by restricting by age, or say by regulating their ingredients to make sure they're safe. We do the same for casinos and gambling and for advertising drugs and other addictive substances. We also have cultural and social expectations and media pressure to make sure substances are made and sold responsibly. In liberal societies, both are meant to be a light touch. Adults should be left to make their own decisions, but I think there is legitimate reason to regulate when addictive technologies are affecting the most vulnerable. Regulation and our expectations of platforms like social media should be designed to protect categories like children and addicts. I think these labels, for example, that we have on cigarettes and tobacco over here, this one says tobacco smoke contains over 70 substances known to cause cancer. I think they're a good example of light touch regulation, although I'm unsure how much they work. They don't do much for me, but I think the intention is good. Should the same sort of warnings be on social media? Should the social media age limit be at least 16, not 13, say? Should we expect push notifications to our phones to be turned off by default when we install new apps? Yes, we should. There are plenty of light touch solutions that stop short of being blunt instruments that simply ban websites or get involved in what can and can't be posted. We often think of regulation as too black and white. Another one would be autoplay being turned off by default. In Algorithms of Fear, Vail Gonim writes that we're not driving people to content that could help us as a society. You can build algorithms and experiences that are designed to get the best out of people, and you can build algorithms and experiences that drive out the worst. It's our job as civic technologists to build experience that drive the best. We can do that. We must do that now.
This is one of the biggest problems with giving in to the race to the bottom, limbic capitalism, dangled digital sugar in front of everyone's eyes of neoliberalism. The cyber ecology becomes full of addictive hooks that we have no protection against.
Recently, I keep coming back to this quote from the sociologist Zygmunt Bauman, who writes, "The deep contradiction of our age is the yawning gap between the right of self-assertion and the capacity to control the social settings which render such self-assertion feasible."
Oh my god, it's too loud.
From that
Shut up, you!
That the most poisonous effluvia contaminating the lives of contemporary individuals emanate.
To fight that poisonous effluvia, we must take back control.
Thank you as always for watching, and a huge thanks of course, as always, to my Patreons, without which this just wouldn't be possible. So if you want to see scripts, if you want to chat in the Discord server, if you want your name in the credits, but most of all, if you just want to help support make this content, then click the link in the description below. If not, you can like, you can share, you can leave a comment, all those things that help the algorithm.
This was good, but I didn't like it that much. I didn't think it was that informative. It was like, yeah, we're addicted to social media. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Never Knows Best just did something. I like Never Knows Best. Let's see what he said.
This is a video about a man accused of crimes he did not.
Lies, hate, and the story of Emil Pagliarulo, which I believe is the writer from Bethesda, who does all the Bethesda games, but I'm not sure.
Commit, and what the consequences of those accusations can be. This is not a video about Starfield, but Starfield does play a role, and Starfield does matter to many people. Now, I think that everyone should be able to express whatever opinion they have about a game, and that people holding and expressing different opinions is a good thing. In fact, I would like to believe that in many ways my entire channel champions this idea. And so, if you hate Starfield, I think that's okay. And if you want to express your hatred of Starfield online, I also think that's okay. And if you are disappointed in Starfield, Bethesda, or any other part of the gaming industry, then I think that's okay as well. But there are things which are not okay, no matter what your opinion of a game might be. And it's those things that I want to focus on. So this video is not like my normal content. I will not be criticizing a game, but I will be talking about games criticism, and about some of the things that people don't usually talk about, but maybe should.